Patrick, Mother Ivy's Bay Holiday Park. How's it been so far in northern Cornwall?
Well, it's been lively, Geoff. We came out of lockdown not really knowing what to expect, and it's been busy. So my own holiday park is actually full. I know that there is availability, but you do need to phone around to find availability in Cornwall at the moment. There is still some, but my own holiday park's full.
And how different is the experience of being in that holiday park to previous years? What have you had to put in place?
Well, the big difference is that there are far fewer people on the park itself. So we've got 1,000 fewer people. We've closed half our touring pitches for the whole of 2020 following the COVID pandemic. And we've done that in response to our own risk assessments, looking at the toilet blocks we've got. They weren't built for physical distancing and COVID and the problems of that virus. So we've had to reduce the capacity in our toilet blocks. We've also put security on our front gates, and that's a first for us. We didn't really want to, but with the responsibilities for track and trace, we do need to know who's on the park, and therefore we're not welcoming casual visitors onto the park anymore. If you want to holiday with us, and many people do, you've needed to pre-book. We haven't accepted casual arrivals, and I think that's fairly widespread throughout Cornwall, actually, and probably throughout hospitality.
And have people generally been sort of keeping calm and carrying on, to use the cliche?
Absolutely, quite remarkable. Stiff upper lip and all that, and it really is fantastic to see people. I mean, everyone is behaving responsibly. Certainly on our holiday park, they're behaving responsibly. We've put systems in place, but ultimately I have about 1,500 guests on park at any one time now, and we've got 25 staff. So clearly, if our guests didn't want to be responsible, it would be very difficult for us to control that. But really, everybody is taking responsibility for social distancing. Everybody accepts that you can't just all walk into the shop anymore. There are limited numbers in there, and you do have to wait, and there are reduced stock lines in the shop. And our reception, whilst it's intended to be you're meant to get a welcoming reception, and that's actually how receptions in hospitality work. At the moment, we're not encouraging people to go into reception at all. So, but it is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, the fortitude of the great British public is incredible, and everybody seems to be playing their part to help make it work and to make their holiday enjoyable.
Patrick Langmaid is also with us, who runs Mother Ivy's Holiday Park, Mother Ivy's Bay Holiday Park in Cornwall. Patrick, remind me, when we were talking before, did you say because of the restrictions, you kind of your capacity is 40% down on what it would have been a year ago?
We're operating at around 50% capacity.
50%. So will that have you sort of thought about how those numbers will work for you? I mean, maybe not in the long run, but if the situation was the same next summer, for example.
Well, interesting. Looking at next summer, I mean, I've looked at my advance bookings ahead of this interview, and we've got incredibly loyal customers and incredible demand for next year. I mean, clearly people are thinking that there isn't going to be a solution to the pandemic, the virus, over the next 12 months. And they're looking at next year's holidays being staycations as well. So we're 40% up in our hire fleet in terms of advanced bookings compared to this time last year. And putting that in perspective, that's just under 600 weeks of hire fleet sold for next year. And we're at 25% for touring. So it's quite incredible, really. And I think if we get strong bookings for next year, even at 50% capacity, if we have to continue that through to next year, and of course without a vaccine, I imagine that physical distancing is going to be a requirement. We will still survive. I mean, I'm not sure where when people talk about Cornwall being full, I'm not sure where everyone's staying, because most businesses offering accommodation like me, campsites, will be operating at reduced capacity, and hotels and bed and breakfasts are operating at reduced capacity as well. So I'm not sure where everyone's staying.
Do you in any way see that as this is a turning point for people holidaying in the UK rather than travelling overseas?
I think, and I'm hopeful, that we will win back business that's been lost over the years to the foreign holiday, the people going abroad. And I think, providing we're all in hospitality sensible with our pricing, and we don't just look to jack up prices to take advantage of a short-term situation, then I'm hopeful that we'll win new business. And I think the great seaside holiday around the coast of the United Kingdom, I think it'll go from strength to strength. Yes, I do.